headed in the right direction.
They specialize in unsolved murders. Now they're looking into the Sherry Black case.
It was really scary.
An 8-year-old attacked by a pit bull. What will happen to the dog?
Teens with babies of their own.
I was thinking, yeah, I'd love to be a mom.
How one Utah school is helping them turn a challenge into a success.
And how a child got trapped in a washing machine.
Bit of a cool down for part of the state today. There's more where that came from, plus a little rain in the forecast coming up.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
It's been more than a year and a half since Sherry Black's murder. Now a team of the best and brightest minds are helping Utah police crack her murder mystery.
The VDOC Society says it may have come up with some new clues. Could Sherry Black's killer still be living near where she was murdered?
Fox 13's Nineveh Dinha is in South Salt Lake tonight with some answers. Nineveh.
Well, Bob and Hope, Sherry Black was murdered here at her bookstore November 30th, 2010 in the middle of the day. Cops are still searching for her killer, but a recent report that was released by the VDOC Society may shed some light on who the suspect is.
When you have an unsolved homicide in a case like this, you're always questioning yourself, are we following the right track?
South Salt Lake police say new clues released by the VDOC Society is re-energizing their investigation into who killed Sherry Black. The Philadelphia-based group made up of the best and brightest minds known for cracking cold cases was in Utah in March. The team's newest member, added by invitation only, is a UPD detective.
I'm so proud to be a part of that, and I think that's the goal of the society, is to move cases forward and give assistance where they can.
South Salt Lake Executive Officer Gary Keller says while VDOC helps crack murder mysteries,
this is certainly not a cold case for us. We're still actively pursuing leads, and following this case is not sitting in a box on a shelf somewhere. We're actively looking for this person.
And VDOC's finding only means
we are headed in the right direction. The clues point towards a young man.
They think Black's killer is under 30 and maybe a juvenile, someone who possibly lived within 4 blocks of the bookstore where she was murdered. And cops say the suspect could still be out there, not far from where he committed the crime.
He may still be in the area, but we don't want to alarm people. We just want to put out the message that, you need to be aware of your surroundings. And with that, maybe that would jog their memories back to that day in 2010 that this all took place.
The strongest evidence South Salt Lake police have, DNA they believe belongs to the killer.
We have DNA evidence, but it doesn't come up on the CODIS system in the database. And so, that person is out there somewhere.
And South Salt Lake police say there are hundreds of thousands of DNA samples that still need to be tested. They say VDOC's investigation only reaffirms that detectives in this case are headed in the right direction. Live in South Salt Lake, Nineveh Dinha, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right, thanks, Nineveh. A young Utah girl is attacked by a pit bull. Doctors say the bite barely missed major arteries. Fox 13's Zach Whitney spoke to the victim in this exclusive report.
It was really scary and it hurt really bad, but I had to be strong.
8-year-old Jeanette Boradhead loves animals and wants to be a vet, but a pit bull attack has her looking at dogs more cautiously.
He just ripped out my muscle and all meat was hanging out.
Jeanette was walking home when the dog jumped a temporary fence and caught her by the arm. The dog's owner pulled the dog off, but it left gaping wounds. Animal control officers put the dog in quarantine.
During that time period, we've not seen anything that would indicate that this dog has any kind of a disease or even has the possibility of rabies.
Animal Services investigates all bites, carefully considering past and current behavior.
These owners have lived in that area for over 4 years, and there's no record of any prior incident with this dog and the other dog that they own.
The owners received citations for the attack and not having a current license. They'll answer to those in court. Animal Services says it appears the attack is an isolated one, so the dog won't be put down. Right now, the dog is at a shelter waiting to go home with its owner. But because the owners don't have property insurance, Jeanette's family is left with the bill. Jeanette's grandmother plans to petition lawmakers to make changes to pet registration laws to make owners more accountable.
I like to say that when you go to license your dog, that you have to have proof of either renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. So if something like this happens, it's covered.
Fox 13 attempted to contact the dog owner, but they've since moved from that home. In Taylorsville, Zach Whitney, Fox 13 News, Utah.
What will Provo look like in 30 years? The community is preparing for big growth and how to best develop the downtown area by the year 2040. The group Envision Utah hosted an open house tonight to discuss this issue. Fox 13's Ben Winslow is also in Provo tonight. Ben.
Good evening. Tonight's meeting focused on transit and development around a proposed intermodal hub, similar to the one that's in Salt Lake City. And for a lot of the people who attended the meeting tonight, while some certainly are hoping to keep the small town charm that's here in Provo, they recognize that change is coming.
There's some pretty significant regional transportation infrastructure that's coming in that we think was going to catalyze economic development and building and investment in the downtown area.
Provo will get front runner and a rapid bus transit for the area. With that will come growth. Envision Utah says its own market research predicts upwards of 200,000 new households in Utah County over the next 30 years.
Region-wide, so for the 4 counties, we're looking at an additional 1.5 million residents over a 30-year period.
This open house was soliciting people's opinions on how to develop around it. As you can see from these artist renderings, there's discussion of a mixed-use development of housing, commercial, and easy access to transportation.
The area definitely needs some improvement and could be a big benefit to the city as it continues to grow and people come in from the outside to go to conventions or one of their.
I hope that Provo can remain a regional center. It's the county seat, but it needs to remain so culturally, and business, commercial needs to be centered here in Provo.
Now, Envision Utah has posted an online survey so that you can give your input on what Provo should look like in the next 30 years. We've got a link to that on our website. Check it out, fox13now.com. Reporting live in Provo, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right, thank you, Ben. Police are looking for a man who robbed a U.S. bank this morning in West Bountiful. The entire thing was caught on surveillance video. Officers say the man gave the teller a note demanding money, then took off with the cash. The suspect is described as a white man in his late 20s or early 30s. He was wearing a black jeans, a blue shirt, black hat, and sunglasses, as you can see in this picture. If you know who he is or where he might be, call West Bountiful Police.
A grandmother is cited for leaving her grandchild in the backseat of a sweltering car while she went shopping. As Fox 13's Scott McCain explains, police want to remind everyone about the dangers of leaving children in a parked car this summer.
It happened here in the parking lot of the Deseret Industries thrift store in West Jordan.
The lapse time was about 18 minutes. The infant was left in the car.
The temperature at the time was 93 degrees. Inside the van, it was already approaching 100. Carol says it appears to have been an oversight by the 47-year-old woman who was the child's grandmother.
She was crying at the scene and totally upset. She's, like I say, it's grandmother. She's just watching the child. Her daughter is in the military and is doing training down in Texas. So she's watching the child while that occurs, and for whatever reason, she just totally forgot that they had the child with her.
A few years ago, Safe Kids Utah and Primary Children's Medical Center began running a series of public awareness spots like these.
Never leave a child alone in a car.
Now, cops aren't sure if that PSA played any role in this case, but they do say someone saw what they believe to be a child in distress. They weren't afraid to get involved, picked up their phone, and called 911.
Well, the citizen did the right thing. He thought he saw the child in the car as they were exiting. He double-checked and found out that there was a child, and he took the action, which was appropriate.
And even though it may have been an honest mistake, Carol says folks will be held accountable.
Our officer on scene did issue the grandmother a citation for neglecting the child or endangering their welfare.
In West Jordan, Scott McCain, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Crews are fighting a wildfire in southern Utah. The blaze is burning near Angel Heights and Hurricane. So far, 600 acres are charred. We're about to look at video. Here it is from a traffic camera. This is I-15 in the area. Smoke is filling the air. Crews tell us the fire was threatening a few homes for a while until the wind shifted. Investigators do believe this is human-caused. We're going to update you with new information as soon as we get it.
And it is not the kind of weather you'd want to be fighting a fire. Well, you never want to be fighting a fire, but especially in this type of weather. Let's put it that way. This is what it looks like in Hurricane right now as far as the numbers are talking, and we're looking at temperatures that are in the 90s right now. It is 92 degrees in Hurricane. Winds are out of the southwest at 6 miles an hour. That's not terribly strong. Gusts are around 11 miles an hour. Again, not terribly strong, but you combine that with 92-degree temperature and relative humidity of 5%, and you've got some pretty tough conditions out there. Hurricane is just to the northeast of St. George. You can see it there firmly in what red flag warning, and it's kind of hard to be in the state of Utah right now and not be in a red flag warning. You can see the area that's in pink, including all of western Utah and much of southern and central Utah, is in a red flag warning. So with all that being said, we actually had a cool down in parts of the state, and we do have some showers out there as well, with more showers and a bigger cool down headed our way. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Brett.
Teen girls in Utah actually trying to get pregnant. It's a startling reality.
I've heard a lot of girls say, like, I'm baby hungry, I'm so baby hungry.
Tonight in a Fox 13 News exclusive, too young to be moms, we investigate if pregnancy is becoming a new trend among teens.
Then it's video you have to see to believe. A father putting his own baby in the washing machine, and what happens next.
And your next trip to Disneyland just got a whole lot pricier. The story coming up.
Congratulations, you won a brand new car.
I did? Me? Really? Woohoo! High five.
Oh, Dan, that was just practice for the real car giveaway tomorrow.
Plus, Memorial Day weekend marks the start of the summer travel season.
If you are putting together holiday vacation plans, you are going to want to see the top 10 destinations.
Timberlights? Who will win, Philip or Jessica? Find out on TV's biggest night. The winner is the American Idol finale. Wednesday at 7.
A good spring cleaning can only do so much to get your home ready for summer. So it's a good thing RC Willey is having their huge Memorial Day sale.
Now is the time to save up to $500 on mattresses. Right now, get a free barbecue grill with purchase of select mattress sets. Mattresses are priced as low as $79 twin size and $99 queen size. Top brands including Simmons, Spring Air, Serta, Heirloom, and Tempur-Pedic are in stock for immediate delivery. Plus, free removal of your old mattress.
RC Willey, your home, your way.
Closed captioning brought to you by Murdoch Chevrolet. You are the heart of our business. Come see us today in Woods Cross or visit us online at murdochchevrolet.com.
This is Fox 13 News HD.
Are there young Utah girls who want to get pregnant? One local teen mom says yes. Her friends see a baby as a living doll or a way to keep a boyfriend.
Fox 13's Kimberly Hauk found out whether it's true. She went to the only high school in Utah where young mothers go to graduate.
According to recent statistics, 32 out of every 1,000 girls here in the state of Utah between the ages of 15 and 19 become pregnant. But here's something that you might find surprising. Some girls, even as young as 13 years old, tell me that they wanted to be pregnant. They didn't realize how much work it would be. Instead, they saw the baby as something cute that they could dress up and something that would love them back. But many soon realized that they were struggling. But they were lucky to live here in a state that offered a high school that caters to graduating young mothers. Their world consists of the pitter-patter sound of tiny feet.
I was 14 when I got pregnant. 15. I was just barely